Hey everybody, it's Wolfpack again. I want to drop another video. I don't want to be the guy that hogs up the airways dropping bullshit information. But I did some research, and I just wanted to share with you guys what I found. Hopefully it'll help. Not, you might already know what anyway. Here we go. First of all, for those of you who don't know me, who am I? Nobody. Where I get my research, it's none of your fucking business. How do I verify it? It's none of your fucking business. I am doing what I'm trained and was trained to do. Period. I am doing what I was trained to do. Period. You can take a bunch of it now, you can take a bunch of intel, and you can put it over here in your left hand. And you can drop it on the floor, and you can actually ask people to go through it, and half of them won't even know what the fuck they're looking at. My job is to analyze the shit that you think is not important and come up and create a dead-on analysis. Where I come from, if I fuck up, people die. It's that simple. If I fuck up, somebody gets hurt. It don't get no serious than that. I do not give shout outs. I do not promote any website. I do not anything because I am not going to be the one to put the fucking target on your back. That's not me. Got a question. Okay. Shall we play a game? Let's go ahead and see what happens. I got a question and I've got a thank you from my back channels that says they wanted to actually have somebody explain to them what martial law actually always what meant. I failed to go into in my last video how this would affect totally the United States. So let me go into that real quick and I'll shut up. Martial law determines that the government takes over all entities. This includes the judicial system, Congress, and everyone involved. It takes away those two entities as powers. How does that mean anything? Well, first of all, once martial law is declared at 12 o'clock at 12:01, we go to a whole different judicial system. It is ruled by the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Yes, Uniform Code of Military Justice. Things get simple real quick after that. All these individuals that you can think of right now, and I can name them and shit, will be here all day and all night. All these individuals who we can't indict, who we can't put in front of a grand jury, who gets away stock-free from going to a hearing and nothing gets done, will be indicted and will be tried in front of a military tribunal. A military tribunal is nothing more than maritime law. You can actually go into court today and you can actually ask for court proceedings to be held in maritime court. It's very rarely done because nobody ever knows about it, but anyway, you can. What does that mean for us? Well, guess what? This means immediately all these individuals will be, and I'll go through some names: Hillary Clinton, Obama, Comey, Mueller, all these individuals. My damn dog won't leave me them both. All these individuals can be tried for treason. I'm not talking about indicted and then they go to court. No, I'm talking about go ram their ass up, bring them into freaking goddamn the tribunal, and you try them right there. No matter what time of day, what hour it is, or whatever, you try them right now. And there's innocence or guilty. There's no insanity plea. Article 58 of the UCMJ does not allow and explains why the insanity defense does not freaking work. If you need points of reference on how this actually operates, look at 1945, the Nuremberg trials. That was a military tribunal. It took us less than a year to get all these people that we had in custody tried, convicted, hung. There was nobody found innocent. The next step of the matter is that, okay, well, where are we going to hold them? Don't they, if we send them to New York, don't New York laws apply? And then no, because they're not going to New York. They're not going to Washington. They're going to fucking Gitmo. For those of you that don't know what Gitmo is Guantanamo Bay. I've been there. I don't want to go back. At Gitmo, you get to understand how our intelligence community works from the ground up. comprised of CIA, NSA. Some entities you don't even want to fucking know about. Some of these people don't even put it on paper. That's where they're heading, is Gitmo, if they have to wait. It may very well be that the president will find a loophole. Instead of bringing it back to the states, he can just actually have the military tribunal right there at Gitmo. Yes. If held guilty for treason, you can be hung. If held for treason and you are convicted, guess what? You probably wish you would be hung after the way they're going to treat you. Because you would never leave Gitmo. Think of the names of the ones in this category who you know who have committed treason and are getting away with it. It's about to stop. Also put on the other list the individuals who have actually transpired to underline or redefine our government. Who out there have covered up documents, not provided documents, who have refused to appear before a hearing and get away with it. There's no hearings for those individuals because they'll be charged with mutiny. Any agency, the FBI, CIA, who withhold documentation from the military tribunal will be arrested. That information will be taken. We have seen the first of that action. The Marine Corps did go to the CIA on a field trip. This is the first warning. Q often tells us there are no coincidences. Q also states that we must go back to the past to determine our future and see where this is headed. Why is that point? Why is that point so explained or hinted to in more than one post? Because the fact is, the American government does not throw away any details on any operations. All they do is go through and they redefine it and refine it to the current situation. Operation Mockingbird is back in effect if it ever went away. It's only been redefined to fit today. Red children, Q's actually referenced. Let's think about what that means. Let's see what I've analyzed and what I come up with. Red children. Red Cross, Red Crescent, and children. Very quickly, I'm not going to explain it to you like you're 3-year-old. Let's look at it. After every national disaster or any kind of event, the Red Cross shows up about a week later. They start providing humanitarian aid. They start providing aid, medical, whatever. Ask yourself and look and do your research on how many individuals checked into a Red Cross hospital after one of these disasters. Ask yourself how many were below the age of 16. Then subtract the number that they say that they died while in the Red Crescent or the Red Cross, and then look at the number at the end of the tunnel. How many came out? There are no autopsies. There are no autopsies performed on a person who dies in a natural disaster. They just disappear. So if we haven't connected the dots yet, Red Cross, Red Crescent, or whatever are taking these children, these individuals, and guess what? They're putting them on the auction block to the highest bidder. You don't believe for a second that the Red Cross gets all of its money from the government, do you? They get the money from the government just to pay their damn bills. The rest they take is profit. Go to any Red Cross website. The first thing they'll ask you for is donations. They do not tell you where you can get help. They do not tell you your local contacts in case something happens. They tell you to donate. It's forced you to a page to actually donate. Everything on there is actually cost a price. If you want CPR training, you got to pay a price. Everything on the Red Cross pages, you got to pay for. It's a corporation, and it's running kids. It actually serves as a place where the United States government can launder money. They can actually place money, or they can purchase items from the Red Cross, purchase kids, women, and children, and call them Band-Aids and scissors. Do your research. Look into the Red Cross. Choose ask you to. Just gives you an avenue of thought. From the UCMJ Article 58 describes that you cannot be and you cannot claim insanity, or you will not receive an insanity defense. Who does this affect? John McCain, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters. These some bitches have been in office forever. We all know they're damn crazy. Can't get them out of office. They do not have that option under a military tribunal. They do not have the option to say, I'm crazy. Good. Crazy? You gotta go. Gotta go. If you're crazy, that gives us more reason to freaking hang you, because the fact is, you know what, we don't want to feed you for another 15 years. People, it gets real simple, real fucking quick. The messages have already been sitting out if we're looking at them. The Marine Corps invasion, all this shit. We are waiting for the final shoe to drop to where the government can get any documentation, which may be that dossier. All arrows point to that. But if the president and his staff can prove or even make a connection that there was a conspiracy to remove him from office in any way, shape, form, or fashion, he will declare martial law, and all the individuals that are players will be arrested on treason, mutiny, conspiracy. All these things we know they're guilty of. There is a way for us to get them and actually hold them accountable for their actions. It's not a question of if. It's a question of when. Look at how many senators, House members, politicians are dropping off the map, either resigning or not going to run again. Trump is not giving them the leeway of saying, okay, I'll play nice now. Not even give them that. You gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. You can make it easy on yourself, or you can face a fucking tribunal. Whichever way you want to go, dude, it's up to you. But the consequences for these individuals are severe if they do not, or if they pursue running for office again. However, the statute of limitations does not exist under maritime law. We learned this from the Nuremberg trials in 1945. We are still allowed to this day go out and search and actually arrest individuals that we have proven or suspect to be a Nazi war criminal. We'll be able to do that until the whole generation goes away. That's just an example of how far this will reach. It's come down to the time to where we can't operate any longer in this type of government. It has been exposed to the point to where the DNC is gone. They might have replaced them with a fucking Whig party. I don't know. But this shit is about to get serious real fucking quick. And I told you, and Q has told you, that you know what, this week is going to lay the platform. And there's a lot of people tonight, throughout the weekend, going to be stepping and fetching. We got more indictments that went out. we've got more charges that are brought out every fucking day. Watergate, I don't know if you guys ever remember Watergate, but I guarantee you this is just a drop in the fucking bucket. This is going to be serious. Now, the last thing is that we've got the 28th coming up, where everybody is predicting that all the social platforms are going to be doing a major purge. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's already freaking happening. How do I know this? Because I pay attention to my YouTubers that I actually do follow, and I actually see, I actually check, and the ones that may be considered controversial are automatically having problems with their transmissions. They're having problems getting their videos posted. They're having problems getting their information on a screen. They are interrupted to the point to where it gets annoying to watch because you miss so much. That's a warning. Number two is that the last thing everyone says, that you know what, the last thing that you want to do is get banned because you can't get your message out. That's true. But let's look and see why you're getting banned. You're getting banned because the fact is there are 3 tiers in every social platform: low risk, medium, and high. Low risk are the ones that talk about Susie Rot crotch down the hall, driving her bicycle, or getting drunk on Friday night. Talking about if they put somebody's boobs or not, and posting a naked picture. Those people are done anyway. They're done by social media. They can destroy them anytime they want to, but they're not high priority. Medium individuals are the ones who actually listen and actually get involved, ask questions, make comments, determine on their own, but they're actually it's proven that they're actually listening to these messages that are actually put out by the YouTube and actually listening to the research. That's medium. Somebody we need to watch. Then you go on the high level. When you go high, now keep in mind there's subdivisions of every one of them where they place you in different folders to determine which type of threat you offer. You're not going to be found in the same folder as a freaking Muslim jihadist. What you're going to be done is you're going to be clarified to the fact is that, you know what, they know that they're going to start fucking with you, and they're going to give you a warning by saying, don't be doing this shit no more, we're interrupting your and we're not going to post your videos. But believe me, when they delete your video, they still have your video on record. They got a record of it. So how does that now play out? Well, imagine, if you will, that these individuals are gathering evidence on an intelligence level to where the fact is, once they have enough information that they believe they can profit off of, they sell the information, they put it on a bidding block to the intelligence agencies, CIA, NSA, some people we don't even want to fucking know about, some people I won't even fucking say, and these entities that buy it from the social media platform. That's when you get banned. Because once you get banned, then that means that somebody higher up is looking at your fucking post. That means that wherever you go on the internet, guess what? They're going to fucking pop up. That's a level where YouTube doesn't even have to, they made their money. I challenge you to watch a movie. It's not based on this, but the preface is the same, about intelligence. What's The Big Short? It describes the economic collapse of 2008. However, the fact is you replace these big entities, these big banks, and our government, and you see how they respond to a subject just like this, you're going to see how it all comes down. You're going to see how all the pieces of the puzzle are implemented to make a structure to where it seems solid, but you know what? It's broken. And they sell this idea to the American public. No, it's not broken. Because we are under a ruse that we live in a democracy. That's bullshit. We play out democracy, and that's something that our government comes out and does and say, you know, we're a democratic. They preach it, they wave the flag, they do everything else, but they act a different way. And we'll see this. September 18th, 2001. Check out Damascus, Arkansas. Damascus, Arkansas was a place that just now has dropped a video on this place of what happened in 2000. It was an explosion of a nuclear facility on our own in Arkansas. It was covered up for a long period of time because they didn't want nobody to fucking know the bomb went off in fucking Arkansas. To the extent of the damage, we do not know. However, we do know there are 2 individuals that are killed. One was killed immediately, and the next one died from radiation poisoning. The rest of the crews who actually went down there into that silo have never been heard from again. The last one died on his deathbed recording because he wanted to make it official. That recording was taken by a member of his family. Never released until the proper time that they deemed. It happened. Now, I'm not telling anybody anything that they don't already know. We're on a different freaking playing field. We're on a different level, which requires us to think at a different fucking level. I'm sorry if my language is absurd. I'm sorry if I offend you. I come from a culture where, you know what? This type of language is freaking expected to actually show you the seriousness of the situation. So I'm sorry if you get butt hurt. Now, we've determined which. It's your job to determine which level are you at. But there are warning signs to show you where you went to the next level. An interruption of service. Your screen's going the screen's going crazy. Yesterday I used the analysis on my cell phone about the EAS situation. It has now been turned over to platforms, YouTube, Google, Twitter, Facebook. This now has been turned over to the discretion of them when they use it. And do not believe for a second they cannot provide the narrative that they want you to hear. How does this go forward? Okay, you get AAS message, turn to so-and-so for the local news. Boom, you're doing it. Who do we know? How do we know they're telling us the truth? How can we tell what's actually on the up and up? Because we're being disseminated information and we're not being able to find out ourselves. Don't try your fucking goddamn computer because it ain't going to work. Your phone ain't going to work. I described earlier how mine went out when I was working hard. Two places I want you to look at. One is Tor, TOR.com. This website provides, and I'm not plugging it or not, I'm just saying that this is what this website does. Take it and leave it. I don't give a shit. This program allows you, this browser allows you to search the internet without being tracked. It allows you to go and not be tracked. And you can actually set up groups to where you can talk and not have a fear of being hacked. You can set up groups without the fear of the government looking in, and you can set up groups where you determine who's in, who's out, who's accessible, whatever. Tor.com. Last thing I'm going to leave you with. Right now, it's very important. One thing that I've learned is this, is that you don't trust nobody. People say that all the time. Do they really mean it? You have to realize during these period of times, that person that you trust today is going to sell you out for the right price. How much that is, they determine that. We don't know how far this is going to go, but we got a pretty damn good idea. And the only information that is provided is by us. We're the last bastion of hope. Q's message is simple. If we don't get this, we're fucked. If we do not pay attention, if we do not look, stay hypersensitive, hyper-aware, aware of our situation at all times, and start to look how everything affects each other, even in your normal life. Start paying attention to little things. Start paying attention to stuff that just don't make sense and start asking why. And don't trust anybody with the answers. Because the ones that we are trying, well, the ones who are watching you, trust me, you're talking to two people. They're there for a reason. And they can be bought out because everyone has a price on them nowadays. So, we're dealing with a government who right now is picking that shit out of pepper. They're looking for every damn little thing to discredit you. They're looking for every damn thing that they can do to use against you to make you sell out. Please tell me that you've noticed that on YouTube, all these guys that were famous on YouTube not too long ago, who were making a living off of YouTube, they're gone now. Please tell me, you YouTubers who understand that you're getting all these subscribers and everything, please let me know. Please understand that the more subscribers you get, the more your message get out. Guess what? It gets out to the wrong people too. The ones who are trying to hurt you or destroy you. These individuals who automatically just disappear off of the YouTube, they have been forced out by any means necessary. So, how about we play thermonuclear war? Or how about a nice game of chess? I cannot tell you how much this information has spurned a lot of questions in a certain area. These are people who knew this was going on and know the depth of it. The depth of this and how it reaches out. The tentacles reach out a long way, a lot further than what you think. There are a lot of individuals like you who are in a position to blow this shit up, all this information, or they choose not to because they are afraid of the retaliation. I'm not making this shit up. People today are making a decision. If I had enough to go ahead and blow this shit out of proportion, go ahead and blow this, not out of proportion, but to blow this shit up. So you know what? There's more than one just saying this. Is it worth it? Well, I can tell you right now, for a lot of you are saying, well, that is a simple question. I'm a patriot. I wave the flag. I say, thank you for your service. I do all this shit. I'm a patriot. Well, if that's so, someday you're gonna have to prove it. So now's the time for you to prove it. Do the research, ask questions, communicate with each other, stop competing against each other, and work for the common cause. Stay the course. Remember the cause. Remember what the outcome is going to be, then it's going to be favorable, and recognize the fact is that you can be a part of it. But also recognize as well that they're coming after you if you take that first step. Do all you can to get off the radar. I'm speaking especially to some YouTubers that know they're gotten popular. Put this fucking phone. Take the damn freaking battery out of it. If it's on, put it in a freaking thing of lead. I've got one. I've got a bucket. Prepare to defend yourself. Prepare to defend yourself without being attacked or without the knowledge of them knowing that you can protect yourself. I'll give you a small example. I'm not trying to plug this or whatever, but I'll give you a small example. This just gives you thinking. Right now, I carry. That looks old like an older shit, don't it? It's an 1851 Navy Confederate Colt. Why is this important? Well, because the fact is, it gives me a way to protect myself. Well, everybody's got weapons. No, you don't. That's right. You got weapons. What do I got? I got an antique curiosity revolver. They can ship it to me over the Cabela's. I ordered for $250. For extra $25, I get 1,000 rounds of lead balls, powder, and caps. The reason why this is important is because the fact is that they can't do a damn thing about it. You can carry this bitch anywhere you want to go because the fact is it's not a firearm, it's not a sidearm, and it's not a fucking weapon. Check out 40.06 of the United States Penal Code. This is self-sufficient. I can make my own powder. I can make my own balls. Everything I need to operate this weapon, I can make it here at my house. And the government don't know a damn thing about it. The less information you can give to a government agency, don't give them nothing. Because you can bet your ass somebody else is watching. I said that enough. I know I'm running into the ground, but I'm just like trying to relay the seriousness of it because it's gotten worse. Because we are now controlling the narrative, and that can't happen. The failure of a community or the success of a community relies on one thing. Whatever situation is, wherever you are stationed around the globe, it all comes back to commo, communication. If you ain't got commo, you ain't got shit. You're flying by blind. If anybody's distorting that information that you're receiving, you're fucked. If anybody's not allowing you to see information, you're fucked. Information is one of those things that makes or breaks societies. Why? Because the fact is that it was stated. I think Patrick Henry said it, but anyway, I could be misquoting. But information by the government provided to the citizens allows individuals to make critical and necessary decisions for the good of all. We're not seeing that right now. We're seeing information not being disclosed to us for whatever reason why. Now, I will be the last one to tell you that I don't watch the hearings, because I do. How many we had now? 30, 40, $10 trillion, and we ain't got nothing done out of it. I put the challenge to Trey Gowdy, to Gordon, to Gomer, to all these people can stand up, make a show, and grandstand just for the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be the first one to tell you that's a false flag. Because it results in nothing. It puts forth the propriety or the reflection that this is a democracy and that people are held accountable. They are grilled in front of these Senate hearings, or in front of these hearings, because of the fact that this worse is going to happen to them. There is nothing going to happen to these individuals who appear before a hearing. This is why maritime law is being considered. These individuals represent the roots of democracy. I go back to this. These individuals are just like a lot of people that in my travels, they talk shit ain't, you don't do nothing about it. We used to have a saying, don't talk about it, be about it. Get it done. Period. Just take caution when you look at these hearings because it doesn't appear. It's not what it seems. It's not what it appears. That's all I got tonight. Went on too much of what I wanted to. I try to stay to the point, but hell, tonight it's got me thinking, and I know y'all don't want to hear me talk. So anyway, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with some new revelations. Revelations are just truth, man. It ain't revelations to me, it's just fucking truth. And I'm trying to make the simulation so you guys can understand it on layman's terms instead of going through a bunch of algorithms. All right, guys, I'm out.